Hey y'all, welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. Today we are drinking St. Charles Porter from Blackstone Brewing Company out of Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you for joining us.
St. Charles Porter, dark and sweet and slow, burns like August in my chest, in my throat.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we are drinking and reviewing. Back once again, gentlemen, good to see you. Y'all are both looking grand. There's Jay, there's Andy in the attic, I'm Ben. What are we drinking today?
St. Charles Porter out of Blackstone Brewing Company. Is this a new brewery alert?
It is. Yeah.
I mean, we've had a lot going this year already, I think.
Well, I mean, we've gotten to where we have to go search out the things we haven't had, to some degree, or can't always get. So.
Get in trouble for that. Porter.
And, I got this in Nashville when I was there Thanksgiving-ish. And, we just don't see porters all that often enough. So
Can't believe you came to Nashville and didn't come by and see me.
I don't like you very much. So
That's really strange. There's a bead of some sort on the top of mine.
It was near Mardi Gras. So. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
All right. St. Charles Porter is a porter. 5.8%, 34 IBUs, made with Centennial and Willamette hops. Tasting notes: roasted malt, dark chocolate, scorched bread crust, deep caramel, raisin-like dried fruit, molasses and brown sugar sweetness with a slightly bitter finish.
Is that like 7 different things?
Could be. I took it from 2 different reviews of it from other sites. It is named Charles in honor of the son of Blackstone co-founder Kent Taylor. This is the most decorated brown porter in the history of the Great American Beer Festival. It's won 8 medals.
Wow.
It won gold in 2009, and then at other times it's won 4 silvers and 3 bronze. And in 1996, it won gold at the World Beer Cup, and in 2008, it won bronze at the World Beer Cup.
So 96, that's, you're talking 30 years now.
So the last medal it won was 2008? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh.
That's at the World Beer Cup, but
okay.
I did not name all the years of the other 7 at the Great American Beer Fest. I just said the 2009 gold.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Someone got a text or something like that.
With me.
Anywho. That's about it for the beer. Blackstone Brewing Company. It's a microbrewery out of Nashville, Tennessee. It's founded in 1994. I had a hard time writing this one up. Not because it's one of those humble breweries that don't give much information. This one gave so much information, and you could download it into a PDF, and it was really good. And I was very appreciative of the links and the descriptions that they went into on how they started. So I was contemplating just pulling it up and reading from the PDF, but it was 4 pages of PDF, nothing but long type. It was just nothing but words. no pictures, nothing like that. Right. So I was like, I've got to condense this. So I actually did write stuff.
That's where you ask AI to condense and say, summarize these 4 pages for me into a paragraph.
Did some of that too. Yeah. But I was just very appreciative that they took the time.
That's really good.
So they opened New Year's Eve 1994 as a full-service brew pub. Now, ultimately, the restaurant closed in 2016, but they had already had a main brewing facility by that time, in which they opened the tap house at that, since the brew pub had closed. But that was a big fast forward. So going back, they co-founders of Kent Taylor and Stephanie Wines, but I'm used to pronouncing so many German things. I want to say Vines. It's Weins. Kent Taylor was a CPA, or is a CPA, and he's learned homebrewing. But I mean, it came about a long way how he got to homebrewing because of other clients and other things, and they got interest. So when the Tennessee laws changed to allow for brew pubs, he recruited a brewmaster who was out of St. Louis who wrote books about homebrewing. And so he had met him at these things. So he contacted him, asked, who would you recommend? He's like, let me throw my hat in to the ring. So he's like, yeah. There were multiple obstacles for them to getting started in terms of financing, and then down the road to open it just at the start, and then bottling on down the way. And then ultimately another obstacle, the death of Stephanie Wines from lung cancer in 2014. In 2013, the New Yorker magazine revealed that Blackstone Brewing was the fastest growing brewery in America from 2011 to 2012, with a growth rate of 1,190%.
Wow.
So once they got rolling, they was rolling. And Blackstone built on the original tract of land that was home to Nashville's first brewery, which was called Nashville Porter and Ale Brewery, and it was first founded in 1815. I searched multiple AI and search engines, like why did they name it Blackstone Brewing, and nothing could give a clear answer as to that. So I can't tell you that. It's disappointing to me.
All right. Is that your 4 pages, or you got more?
Yeah, that's my condensed.
All right. Thanks for that, Andy. Who's had this one before other than me?
Yeah, just Ben.
Just you.
All right. You know what that means, Jay.
You sniff. I do. I
You're
do.
Try to keep it at 3 pages or less, though.
Yes, I will not talk that long. Porters are always interesting to me because I never really know what to expect. It's not a beer style that I normally seek out. And we don't see a whole lot of porters. I think we talk about this. I mean, it's a style that we see IPAs, we see lagers, we see pale ales, sours, even a lot of the stouts. But porters are a unique one. So when you get them, it's good to try, but I always forget what I'm exactly looking for. Out of the 19 million tasting notes that Andy read to us, I probably picked up 3 or 4. I mean, they're good. I'm not sure I recognized the scorched bread.
Bread crust.
Bread crust. I'm sorry. I was close. You pick up some of the roastiness and various aspects of that. And I think overall it's a good beer. Porters are not something I seek, like I said, but like to try when we get the opportunity. I do love the bottle art in this case. And Blackstone, ironically, just being right down the road, I don't know that I've had anything from them, although them being in business since '94 is very interesting to me. because we didn't hear a lot about them over the last 30 years. So appreciate the history, Andy, and I think I'm probably going to give this just a 7.5. It's a good solid porter for me. Just easy drinking and great this time of year when we're here in dead of winter.
Andy,
You can definitely pick out the roasted malt, little chocolatey taste with a bready, bitter finish. Maybe a little, dried raisin-like fruit. Excuse me, I'm burping.
No scorched breadcrumbs.
Yeah, just bread
one
crust.
or two. One or two.
Scorched croutons.
Maybe that's what was in your glass there at the top, Jay. It was just some.
Could have been.
bread
Yeah,
crumbs.
there was something floating there. It's like a marble. Like, I don't know. It was weird.
I am disappointed that I will not be able to get this beer again because it's not sold in our area. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it, and it's a style of dark beer that, again, we need this readily available to us, and we just can't get it. So that's why it's just so disappointing. It's got depth of flavor. I really like it. I can see why it won many awards. I'm going to give it an 8. It's really good.
Yeah, obviously, two things stood out to me on this one when I was going to buy it: the porter and the label.
Yeah.
The label is really great. So definitely like that. Definitely in the first couple of sips, I definitely get the chocolate and the roastiness. Like as beers often do after you kind of get used to them after a sip or two, it kind of mellows out into something that becomes very easy to drink. And yeah, I really hate where we live for beer because we just so hard to get anything. And in the South, especially, we just get so few beers that are of a darker color. I guess they just don't sell as well here.
Wow.
But
This is so racist, man.
what? It's not racist if I want more. So, anyway, so this is one that definitely glad that was able to grab, and obviously didn't know the history of it, and just solely based off of the style and the label art. I definitely like it. I've had the other 3 or so. I think it was a 6-pack, so I gave you a couple, and I've had the other 3. And I think that I don't know that it's necessarily the best porter I've had for me, but it's one that I would love to get and drink periodically. I'm going to give it an 8. I think it's a good one to get. That is going to be a 7.8 for the St. Charles Porter from Blackstone. Definitely one if you've had. Let us know what you think. Leave us a comment down below or hop on in to our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. It's a chat room. The 3 of us are there 24/7 waiting for you to join us and say something. We got links down below for Hopped Up Beer Review merch, Hopped Up Beer Review Patreon, some other things you can check out. Appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell if you've not done so already. And with that, for Andy and the Attic and Jay, I'm Ben. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
St. Charles Porter, dark and sweet and slow, burns like August in my chest.